out where the oak tree's shadow wove forgotten trails. I found a scarf you left, a piece of you that never fails to bring back wild winds, whispering through the sails of empty cabins under skies that sadness fills. We danced on gravel roads, not caring for our sins, laughing neath the moon where my regret begins. Storm sank into the canyon deep, just like your love slipped through my key. Rivers of rain washed away what once was mine. In the echo of the old church bell, I hear your voice, a distant swell, haunted by the ghost of your sweet vine. And time's worn the saddle where you once sat by my side, now just dusty echoes in open spaces wide. The porch we built by hand now wears a coat of gray, each board a testament to dreams that slipped away. Sunsets bleed like wounds across the western sky. In the twilight hush I hear the coyotes cry. Storm sank into the canyon deep, just like your love slipped through my key. Rivers of rain washed away what once was mine. In the shadow of the lonely pines, I trace your face in the fading lines, lost in the wind like your sweet sigh. There's a calm in the heart of the storm, a truth no man can deny. Amongst the thorns and the battered brims, love's a tale that never dims. Beneath the stars I find my way through the whispers of the past, learning to hold on to the memories that must forever last. Storm sank into the canyon deep, love's a promise we couldn't keep, underneath the vast unyielding endless sky. With every step on this lonely ground, your memory's a haunting sound. On the wind I'll always hear your lullaby, in the storm that never said goodbye. Out by the old split rail, where the creek bends and sighs, I first saw her smiling neath the vast prairie skies. We carved our names into the oak, so wild and free. Underneath that summer sun, silence watched me. Oh, silence, watch me lead through fields of gold and yore. Her scarf caught on the breeze as my heart tore. Every whispered wind, every rustle in the leaves, echoes of what we had. Silence, watch me lead. Years flew like dust devils across those old gravel roads. Our cabin stood empty where once love abode. Winter claimed the porch swing where we dream above the fray. Rain washed away the trails where we once lost our way. Silence, watch me lead past shadows growing once watched me leave. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies grew, she laughed under sunsets, painting skies a dusty hue. Her scarf a streak of crimson against the fading light lingers in my memory like the last whisper of night. Old porch creaked with secrets as we watched stars align, her whispers in the wind, forever etched in time. Her goodbye whispers haunt the gravel roads I roam, echoes of a love now just a ghost in my bones. Each town feels empty like the cabin we once knew, underneath the starry sky. Her words were my truth. Years have turned like pages in a book worn red. The oak tree stands alone, the daisy's long since dead. Rain taps on the saddle where she once sat by me. Now it's just a leather throne for dust and memories. The trails we blazed together, now faded, overgrown, left me wandering these hills, a cowboy all alone. Her goodbye whispers haunt the gravel roads I roam, echoes of a love now just a ghost in my bones. Each town feels empty like the cabin we once knew, underneath the starry sky. Her words were my truth. Sometimes in the silence before the dawn breaks anew, I swear I feel a presence in the chill of the dew. Yet every sunrise teaches what I didn't know I'd miss, the warmth of her goodbye, the eternity in her kiss. Her goodbye whispers soft as shadows in the gloam, a melody of heartache, the anthem of my roam. As twilight claims the heavens and I settle in the night, her love's a distant echo, a fading trail of light, underneath the starry sky, where dreams dare not lie. Her whispers guide me still on this lonely cowboy ride.
On a porch where the oak trees keep whispering low, I left my love in the soft morning glow. Wind chimes danced to a song of despair, while the storm in the distance watched with a stare. Her scarf on the railing faded and worn, twisting like the feelings in the storm we had born. Oh, the storm watched me leave through the gates of dawn, under skies torn with grief, where love was cabin stands empty on Bluebell Ridge line. Its door swings soft in the sigh of the pine. The gravel road's covered with years of the rust. Each step is a memory, each breath a gust. She's gone like the sunset that bleeds in the west, leaving silence and dust where her footsteps once pressed. Yes, the storm watched me leave with my heart strung tight, past echoes of laughter swallowed by night, on paths overgrown where we once dared to dream. Her voice in the winds, the storm watched me leave. Under the vast sky, the truth starts to clear. All I've lost grows as distant as it once was near. But the ache in my heart finds no reprieve in the haunting embrace of what I can't retrieve. So the storm watched me leave, and it watches still as I wander these hills with the cowboy's will through the rain soft curtain where my thoughts deceive, ever looking for peace as the storm watched me leave. Forever looking for peace while the storm watched me leave.
Underneath the old oak tree, shadows stretch and reach for me, carved our names for all to see. Now just whispers on the breeze. Memory like dust, it flies on the trail where sunset dies. Old cabin with its door ajar, echoes of a strumming guitar. Oh, fading light hides my tears in the silence of my fears, where once laughter filled the night. Now only echoes hold me tight. This lonely road dressed in sorrow, where's my heartbeats borrowed from a time when love was right. Now just the fading light. Gravel roads where we once walked, quiet talks where dreams were chalked. Your scarf caught on that rusty nail, left behind like a forgotten tale. Rain washes old porches clean, but can't wash what these eyes have seen. Every sunset a deeper shade of red, reminding me of words unsaid. Oh, fading light hides my tears in the silence of my fears, where once laughter filled the night. Now only echoes hold me tight. This lonesome path dressed in sorrow, where's my soul like it's borrowed from a time when love felt right. Fading now, out of sight. In the whisper of the wind I hear your voice, a melody that once made my heart rejoice. But as the day gives way to night, I'm a shadow beneath the fading light. Yes, fading light hides my tears as I face my twilight years. Though you're gone, your love holds tight in every star that graced the night. Walking on beneath moon's glow, holding memories I can't let go. In the end, it's just me and the night, and the love hidden by the fading light.
In the shadow of the oak, by the creek where whispers flow, I first saw her wild hair in the sun's retiring glare. We danced on creaking boards 'neath the porch of weathered lore, her laughter twining through like the breeze in twilight's hue. Unspoken words watch me leave in the dust of twilight's eve. A scarf she wore, now part of the core of the saddle I used to grieve. As the sun bids goodbye in the vast regretful sky, her memory's a ghost on this endless lonesome coast. Years flew like the storm that paints the desert norm, from bustling towns to silent nights under the cold distant lights. The cabin empty sighs, and in its corners my heart lies. But time washed away the dreams like pebbles in mountain streams. Unspoken words watch me leave in the rain that night did weave. A scarf she wore lay on the cabin floor where my hopes began to cleave. As the wind whispers low through the valleys I once known, her touch a fleeting trace in the chill of empty space. And the roads they twist and turn, each with a lesson stern. To ride is to roam in a world that's just foam on the sea of grass and stone, where my heart finds its own. Unspoken words watched me leave as I held my breath to grieve. A scarf she wore, now frayed and torn, in the dreams I still believe. With every setting sun, my wandering heart's undone. A cowboy rides alone, with his heart forever thrown. So let the sunsets glow, tell the tales of woe, of a cowboy's lone ride, with his memories as his guide. Unspoken words like birds fly away into the skies, and under the vast starlit night, a lone heart quietly lies.
Out by the creek where the cottonwoods grew, you wove a scarf, the sky was blue. I watched as the shadows danced on your face beneath an oak our hearts found grace. The wind whispered through high saddle leather, promised us storms we'd weather together. But the storm said nothing as you walked away. Silence like dust on a long gravel way. I yelled to the wind, begged the rain to explain why the sun set so red and love ends in pain. Years have rolled like tumbleweeds past this old porch knows shadows cast, where laughter filled these empty halls. Now just echoes, boot falls. The cabin stands under twilight's embrace, a monument to your vanishing trace. And the storm says nothing as you walked away. Silence like dust on a long gravel way. I yelled to the wind, begged the rain to explain why the sun set so red and love ends in pain. On a road that's worn, under stars that still blink, I ride alone with too much time to think. Beneath the cool, moody glow of a moon hanging low, I'm learning to forgive what I can't let go. The storm says nothing, but I found my say. Trails fade out, but memories stay. I whisper to the wind and the rain knows my name. Sunset still bleeding, but I cherish the flame. Yes, the storm says nothing, yet I've learned to pray for peace in the dust where my heart lays. In the valley where the river bends, neath the shadow of the old oak tree, we carved our dreams in the bark, deep as the scars back on my knee. There we sipped on the summer like sweet whiskey, in a world of shattered glass turned cold. Oh, how the silence screams in the moonlit gleams, where the echoes of our laughter haunt my dreams. Now I wander through the ghost of spring, where the shattered glass turned cold, and the memories like midnight rain forever hold. The old porch swing hangs loose, the cabin's quiet, stilled by time. Gravel roads where we once rode, now trails of dust and whispered goodbyes. Your scarf still lies on the saddle like a flag surrendered in the night, beneath the stars that watched our world come undone. Oh, how the silence screams in the moonlit gleams, where the echoes of our laughter haunt my dreams. Now I wander through the ghost of spring, where the shattered glass turned cold,
did the mountain merely sigh, knowing you wouldn't stay? In the church of the open sky, our prayers are just whispers to the clouds, drifting away like your love lost in the shroud. So here's to the shadows where our past lies deep, to the cold glass shards under the weeping willows weep. I walk these roads alone, my heart bound in winter's icy fold, where once we were, now just shattered glass turned cold. And as the last note fades, like the sunset's final blush, I'll hold on to the quiet sorrow, the tender crushing hush. Out the rail where the oak tree shadows lie, underneath that vast unending sky, we carved our names, young and free, on the bark, near the creek where fireflies danced past dark. Her laugh was a melody, soft and sweet, over gravel roads under our feet. Her laugh fades into the whispering wind, echoing through the canyons where we've sinned. Each sunset burns just like the tears I've cried on this lonesome ride where her memories reside. Seasons turn the old porch swing, I sways alone, her scarf caught in the wind, now she's gone. Where wildflowers bloom, now dust settles slow, empty cabin, echoes of the love we used to know. The saddle sits idle, the trail's overgrown in the silence, my heart's turned to stone. Her laugh fades into the whispering wind, echoing through the canyons where we've sinned. Each sunset burns just like the tears I've cried on this lonesome ride where her memories reside. Underneath the endless prairie skies, I find no solace in the sunrise. Here in the quiet of the fading light, I reckon with my ghost tonight. Her laugh fades, a distant serenade along the paths and promises we made. The twilight stars, my shroud, my guide in the cold vast night. Her laugh fades, but in my dreams forever she stays. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild horses drank, by the riverside, where our love first sank, your scarf it danced with the autumn breeze on that old porch swing. We were wild, we were free, sun in your eyes, it burns through the night, where my lone heart lies. Gravel roads whisper your name under moonlit skies. Every trail fades, but the memory never dies. The cabin stands empty, where laughter used to reign. Windows stare blank through the dust and the rain. The saddle's untouched since you rode out at dawn, leaving echoes in hallways where our melodies were born. Lonely fire sank with the sun in your eyes. It burns through the night, where my lone heart lies. Gravel roads whisper your name under moonlit skies. Every trail fades, but the memory never dies. Now I roam through the twilight, under starlit cloaks, finding solace in the silence, blowing smoke through the oaks. These hills hold secrets in their folds. I confide my regrets and my whispers with no place left to hide. The lonely fire sank with the sun in your eyes. Each ember a tale of hello and goodbye. As the darkness draws near and the cold settles in, your memory's a ghost, skin to skin, I can. Oh, lonely fire sank, and here I still lie on this endless trail, under timeless night sky.
In the shadow of the highland near the whispering creekside grove, where the oak trees hold the secrets of the days we used to roam. A faded scarf, the one you wore, caught on a bramble's thorn. Still smell the rain on that old porch where our boot prints are worn. Lost trail tied down where my heart beats slow, underneath the setting sun where the cool winds blow. Every whispered breeze sings a melody of you. Lost trail tied down in the echoes, I'm still blue. Used to ride through open meadows, dust a-kicking from our heels. Now the cabin's all boarded, with only ghosts at the windowsill. The gravel roads we wandered are overgrown, the map's been redrawn, where we laughed beneath the starlight till the first light of dawn. Lost trail tied down where my dreams turn old, silhouettes against the sky in the lands we once strolled. Every setting sun dips a little more true. Lost trail tied down, every sunset bleeds you. On this lonely ridge I stand, saddle empty by my side. The horizon holds your image, in the twilight I confide. Rivers may wander, mountains might crumble, I'm a shadow in this tale, bound by your memory
forever on this trail. Lost trail tied down where my soul finds rest, in the quiet town asleep in the valley of the west. Hear the wind call your name through the old oak tree. Lost trail tied down forever, part of me. On the edge of El Paso, where the oak trees guard the lost, I met her under starry skies where now only shadows toss. By the old wooden porch we danced, soft shoes on creaking wood. Her laughter mingled with the wind, swore it'd stay for good. But the starry night forgot us as the world spun its sad tales. Those stars we watched together, now just empty, dusty trails. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, beneath the heaven's vast expanse. The starry night forgot. Years threaded silver through my hair. The cabin stands alone. Gravel roads where the marks we made turn now to silent stone. The scarf she left behind hangs on a rusty nail, still faintly smells of rain, like tears from the skies when the heavens shared our pain. The starry night forgot us as the world spun its sad tales. Those stars we watched together, now just empty, dusty trails. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, beneath the heaven's vast expanse. The starry night forgot. Oh, how the prairie grass whispers secrets when we roam. Now every whisper's a reminder of how I wander alone. Maybe the land remembers, though the stars refuse to tell, of the nights we stitched our dreams before the darkness fell. So I'll sing to the starry night that forgot, to the dreams that we once knew, to the echoes of her footsteps fading into the morning dew. The wind whispers her name through the canyon's lonely shot, in the heart of forgotten trails, where even stars dare not. And as the sunset bleeds its last over lands where she once stood, I saddle up my sorrows right through this lonesome wood, where the starry night forgot and all but one heart moved on. Underneath these endless skies, I reckon life just draws its dawn. Out where the oak tree shadows crept, by the old cabin where we first wept. The wind's a soft whisper of your laugh, echoes of you in the photographs. Dusty boots by the door, worn and bent. Your faded scarf holds your scent. An empty porch swing sways in vain. The sun dips low, calls your name. Hollow heart haunts these wild lands know. Your whisper in the rain, your shadow in the snow. On every lonely gravel road I wander torn apart. Every sunset bleeds through my hollow heart. Once a flame, now the ash is cold. The stories we told have grown old. From the mountains to the plains, all I see are places you walked without me. The saddle's empty on my mare. She's restless, feels you're not there. The trails we rode now overgrown. Without your light, without my home. Hollow heart haunts these wild lands know. Your whisper in the rain, your shadow in the snow. Every twisted trail's a tale of us apart. Every sunset bleeds through my hollow heart. As the stars peek out and the night descends, I feel the weight of your absence again. But in the dark I see the truth in every star, in every moon. Hollow heart haunts, I'm a ghost in this place. A quiet soul lost without your embrace. In the silence of the night, in the cry of the lark, forever wandering my hollow heart.
Out there where the oak tree shadows lie, underneath that vast, unending sky, we carved our names, young and free, on the bark, near the creek where fireflies dance past dark. Her laugh was a melody, soft and sweet, over gravel roads under our feet. Her laugh fades into the whispering wind, echoing through the canyon where we've sinned. Each sunset burns just like the tears I've cried on this lonesome ride where her memories reside. Seasons turn, the old porch swing now sways alone, her scarf caught in the wind, now she's gone. Wildflowers bloom, now dust settles slow, the empty cabin echoes of the love we used to know. The saddle sits idle, the trail's overgrown. In the silence my heart's turned to stone. Her laugh fades into the whispering wind, echoing through the canyons where we've sinned. Each sunset burns just like the tears I've cried on this lonesome ride where her memories reside.
Underneath the endless prairie sky, I find no solace in the sunrise. Here in the quiet of the fading light, I reckon with my ghost tonight. Her laugh fades a distant serenade along the paths and promises we made. The twilight stars, my shroud, my guide. In the cold vast night, her laugh fades, but in my dreams forever she stays. Out by the old willow, where the creek sinks to stones, I left my heart hanging on the post of her home. My boots on the porch, dusty, worn, and bereaved. They've seen miles untold, but it's here they watched me leave. Oh, those boots watch me leave through the dust and the dead leaves. Echoes of her laughter in the breeze. The horizon holds my dreams, but my soul, it just clings to the ghost of her whisper 'neath the old oak trees. Town's just a shadow where our love used to dance. Now ain't nothing but the wind. Got a second chance. The saddle's worn thin like the scarf she gave me. Left it hanging on a nail in the shack by Dead Man's Lead. Yes, those boots watch me leave past the chapel, past the grief. Sunset's bleeding like my heart in disbelief. Every gravel road whispers, every star's a deceit, telling tales of a love now just dust and a thief. There's a truth in the quiet when the prairie grass sways, in the songs of the night, in the old bygone days. If love is a land vast and wild and free, then I'm lost in its borders, where her memory's the key. Still those boots watch me leave. Never once did they plead. Silent sentinels of a love, now a faded decree. And I wander these lands where my heart can't retrieve the love and the life that these boots watched me leave. So I'll walk on under skies vast and heat, where my boots silent still watch me grieve.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rivers bend,
I found your scarf, the color of the sunset's in. We danced 'neath starlit skies, so reckless and so young, where our whispers mingled with the songs the kites sung. Oh, my heart wore a brim like the hat that flew with the wind, chasing the dust down old gravel roads where our dreams had been. Now every sunset bleeds just a shade of what it's been since my hat flew with the wind. Now the porch swing creaks along where your laughter filled the air. Those empty cabins moan with the ghost of every care. The saddle's worn and dry, like the tears I've learned to hide. On the trails we used to ride, now I wander far and wide. Yes, my heart wore a brim like the hat that flew with the wind, chasing the dust down old gravel roads where our dreams had been. Now every sunset bleeds just a shade of what it's been since my hat flew with the wind. Sky where the eagle used to soar, I've come to realize I can't hold you anymore. But in the whispering breeze, in the rustling of the leaves, your memory softly weaves through everything I breathe. Still my heart wears a brim like the hat that flew with the wind, chasing the dust down old gravel roads where our dreams had been. Every sunset bleeds just a shade of what it's been. Oh, how my hat flew with the wind. Guess I'll always be just as lost as that old hat in the wind.
In the shade of an old oak tree, where the river bends and sighs, I found a locket of rusted gold beneath the endless sky. Engraved initials, worn and old, whisper secrets when I pry. Takes me back to dusty roads and the tears we didn't cry. Locket closed her eyes, memories inside, neath the willows weep, where our promises lie. The wind sings her name through the prairie's embrace, and in every sunset's flame I see her trace. The cabin's quiet, the porch worn with the echoes of her laugh. Gravel roads we walked along, now paths of the past. The scarf she left still smells like rain and the dreams we dared to cast. But time pulled her away from me as shadows grew vast. Locket closed her eyes, memories inside, beneath the willows weep, where
our promises lie. The wind sings her name through the prairie's embrace, in every sunset's flame I see her trace. Oh, these hills recall the touch of her hand, and the stars up above, they understand how the heart holds on, though the years may flee. In the solitude of the trails she walks with me. Locket closed her eyes, and so must I. With every dawn I try to say goodbye, but the wind sings her name, sweet and low, in the lands where the lonely cowboys go. Locket closed her eyes, never to say goodbye.
Under the shadow of an old oak tree, I carved our names for eternity, with the sunset bleeding through the leaves. That old porch whisper, the soft sweet tease. Your scarf caught the prairie wind that day, in a town where time found a place to stay. But now the empty bed fades under moonlit shades, where your laughter echoed in night's embrace. And these halls just whisper silent prayers, oh, for one more dance in our moonlit glares. Now gravel roads where my weary tread, echoes of your steps in my head. That cabin corner where you used to spend stands quiet like the silence of my sin. The trail we walk now overgrown, with the dust we kick now fully sown. The empty bed fades under starry glaze, where your warmth once battled the frost invades. My soul just whispers your sweet name in the lonely call of the wild untamed. By the riverside, where the willows weep, I see your reflection in waters deep. Every stone and every bend marks the tale of us that could never end. Yet still the empty bed fades in the dust cascades, each night a shadow where our memory waits. I'll walk these lands under skies so vast, holding on to love as long as it can last.
the shadow of the oak, where the wild creek bends, stands an old house bound by the winds of lament. Leather leaves whisper secrets of you in soft tones, where we dance neath the porch light, no sense of alone. Old house tied down like my heart to your ghost, every board and stone soaked with the love we spoke. The wind howls your name through the cracks, so profound. In this lonely wild land my sorrows abound. Years drifted like tumbleweeds over dry plains, since the fire in your eyes turned to embers then waned. Now the saddle's unmounted and the scarf you love gone, just the echo of footsteps where our laughter once shone. Old house tied down like my heart to your ghost, every board and stone soaked with the love we spoke. The wind howls your name through the cracks, so profound. In this lonely wild land my sorrows are bound. Under the vast skies where the red sun dips low, I wander these empty rooms, letting memories flow. With each creak of the timbers I learn to forgive. In the solitude of sunsets I'm learning to live. Old house tied down, but my heart's finding its way through the whispers of oak trees and the cool evening sway. Yet still I roam these quiet towns, a shadow in the dawn. Old house tied down, but your memory lives on. Cinematic and raw, the song echoes like a timeless lament from an era fading into the shadows of history as the cowboy continues to ride, haunted but ever hopeful under the expansive western skies. In the shadow of the oak, where the wildflowers hide, I found your scarf, the color of the sunset tide, by the old porch swing, where our whispers danced to the tune of the creek, where we once romanced. Oh, the wind stood still on that broken hill. Your voice haunts the plains where my dreams spill. Stars above bear witness to the chill of a heart that loves you, always will. Years have worn the leather of my riding saddle, gravel roads less traveled by, now hard to straddle. The cabin's empty, echoes with your laughter's trace, fading trails your footprints I still vainly chase. The wind stood still, and so did my will. In the silence your absence is louder still. Under the moon's cold glow I feel the thrill of a heart that loves you and always will. As the dust
dust swirls and the seasons turn. I've walked through rains that cleanse and suns that burn, but in each setting sun and in each star's bright burn, it's to your arms my lonesome heart returns. Yes, the wind stood still where dreams fulfill, in the quiet town by the lonely hill. Though time may pass, my heart beats still, for a love lost in the wind and a heart that loves you still. And the wind whispers low as if it knows your name rides the breeze where the river flows. The wind stood still and I'm alone with the memories we made and the love we've known.